Welcome back to Jessica's Craft Time. My name is Jessica and today we have a whip and chat. It will probably be a fairly quick whip and chat because I've got school pickup soon. So we're working on Russia with Love from Diamond Art Club, and I've been working on this one for a little while and I thought it would be a lot more confetti than what it is. I'm really glad it isn't. I'm not a huge confetti person. It's not something that gives me a lot of joy doing. But I've hit my confetti spot. I've hit my confetti spot right here in this tree. And I did put it down for a couple of days. I have just finished filming a diamond painting that I did a bit of enhancement on, or blinging up, or making it your own, whatever you want to call, and that will be out on Monday. So that took me a couple of days to do because we had a few things happen that prevented me from doing as much work as I would have liked on it straight away, but that's life. So today I'm just going to have a quick chat about what I've been up to. But this section here, confetti. So what I'm also using, I've got my tray that I've been using from Shoal, hang on, turn it around so you can see it, shoalhavensparklies.com.au, but they also do this tray, which has got these cute little trays in it. And I've got 6 of the colours that I've already done. And no matter how many times I look over and over and over the canvas, I always come across colours that I've missed. So I've got these next to me and I've got just the containers sitting next to it so I know which one's which. Luckily, a lot of those colours are not exactly the same. So if they get a bit messed up, it's okay. I can work out which one's which. But it has been a lifesaver because instead of having to, when I come across one of the colours I've missed, having to go and get the container out, it's just on that little tray. And if I did more confetti, I would probably look at getting a second or a third tray just so I could have a few out and maybe labeling them some way. But confetti is not my favorite thing, so I try to avoid. So there's one here that I know I've already done, and hopefully that's not too dark for you. My light keeps playing up on me. Hopefully you can still see all right. It's just dimmed itself. I don't know why. I think it's running because it's running through a USB jack port thing that has multiple USB running through it, because I never have issues with it when I'm out in my room. Anyway, I can just see, and hopefully you guys can still see. So yes, I took a break from this one. I needed it. This section has been taking me forever and ever, and yeah, just not my favorite thing. So we're going to play with it today and see how we go. And I know I've got a little bit more confetti up the top, but not as heavy. This has definitely been the biggest confetti bit on the page, on the whole canvas, but I think it's going to be well worth it once it's finished. So we're going to bear with it and hopefully I will get it done today. In saying that, because I've been working on this and the other canvas that I've been putting enhancements on, I haven't done any stitching. So we'll have to catch up on that too. But I think they're both squares on my peppermint purple sour, which don't take long to do. So I guess that's a job for the weekend. But what have we been up? First, I want to wish all the mothers, the mother figures, the grandmothers, the ones that celebrated Mother's Day without their mothers in their lives, anyone and everyone, happy Mother's Day for last weekend. We had a really lovely day. And if I remember, I'll put some photos at the end, or somewhere in here. We'll see. We had a new restaurant open up near us. It's called Kickin' In, which is a Cajun seafood restaurant. And it's the first that I've been to. And we went on Sunday for Mother's Day. And it was just hubby, Mark and I. And did we have a ball? It was so much fun. It was so good food. And we can't wait to go back. But what they do is we just got the mixed bag. Because I'm like, look, we haven't been here before. Instead of picking different bits and pieces and what we might like and might not, let's just get a mixed bag. So it's a mixed bag of, hang on, let me see if I've got the, hang on. I've got the, what's it called? Menu. So we got this one here, which is a mixed bag of seafood. So it had prawns, 2 different types of prawns, crabs, Moreton Bay bugs, octopus, potatoes, corn, pippies. Can't remember what else. But you can choose all the individual seafood. But we thought, look, let's go for the mixed bag because let's try it all. So what they do is they cook it in a bag and then they bring it to your table and you pick what sauce you want on it, how spicy you want, all those good things. So they bring it to you in a bag with all the seafood in and they tip it out on the table and you eat with your hands. You get given a bib and you eat it with your hands. You're given some gloves and recommendation, wear a short sleeve shirt. Don't wear anything because as much as you're eating with your hands, we managed to get sauce all over the table in front of us. And if you had have had a long sleeve top on, it would have been dragging in it. I did spill some on me, which I didn't realize until we were in the park afterwards. And I looked down, I'm like, oh, what's this big blob on me? Yeah, I spilled some on me. So it's definitely not the neatest. It's not the prettiest, but damn was it good. So Mother's Day morning, Mark woke up and he came in and gave me a big kiss and cuddle. Happy Mother's Day, and brought my presents in. He's like, oh, what do you want for breakfast? And I'm not a big breakfast person, but he was determined to make me some breakfast. So he went and made me some breakfast. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, oh, I don't really want anything. We're going for this super big lunch today, but I'll just have some toast. So he made me a piece of toast with some peanut butter and he brought me a glass of milk because milk's good for you. So I kind of ate about half of it. I really wasn't hungry and then hid the rest from him while he'd gone off to watch TV or something. So that's okay. And I'm glad I did because after we finished the meal, we were chockers. I was so full and satisfied that I didn't even eat dinner. Mark still had dinner because he sort of wanted to try it, but he didn't really. And we got him a kid's meal, which was huge. It was 3 or 4 calamari rings and this huge bowl of chips. But he kind of nibbled at it. He's a bit funny when we're out. He doesn't like to eat much when we're at restaurants. And then as soon as you get in the car, he's like, I'm hungry. It's like, we were just at the restaurant. You should have eaten. So anyway, I think he ended up having 2-minute noodles for dinner because hubby and I just were not hungry. But it was so good and it was so yummy and really looking forward to going back. So after we got home, I made a call to the family and then I just didn't want to move anywhere. I was so full. But Mark's got into Pokemon cards. The kids at school have introduced him to Pokemon cards and he's very excited about getting his Pokemon cards. And hubby, we still have to find it. Hubby thinks he has a folder somewhere of Pokemon cards. Now, he still has a couple of boxes he hasn't unpacked and it's been nearly 4 years. But I went and dug through one of them and I found a box with some Pokemon cards in it. And we had a little quick look online and some of those cards that he had were worth a fair bit of money. He even has some like first edition, and we don't know where to start looking for this, but he has first like edition Pokemon cards from Japan because he had a pen pal in Japan and had done some student exchange in Japan. So we don't know if they're worth anything. But it also prompted me to remind me that years ago, we had downloaded the Pokemon game and hubby and I had played it a bit. Well, I went, okay, let's download it and start playing a game. So I downloaded it and guess what? My account was still active. So I got all my old Pokemon back, which was kind of really cool. And we've been playing Pokemon again. Excuse me. So, Sunday afternoon, we're sitting here, we're feeling really full. And because it's seafood, you've got to, you know, crack into the shells and everything. It took us quite a while for lunch. It wasn't an in and out. It was quite nice, but, you know, it wasn't in and out. We were there for a while. So it was quite late Sunday afternoon. And it was really nice too, being Mother's Day. I got a rose and a little packet of chocolates. I've still got here. I haven't eaten yet, but we got some chocolates. And we also, excuse me, we also got a little bottle of champagne, which was nice. And hubby was looking around on his Pokemon game because we'd been up where the restaurant is where our local supermarket is, but it's also a huge apartment complex there, and they have a playground. So we said after lunch Mark could go and play on the playground for a bit. So he went out to play on the playground, and we found out that particular shop has a whole heap of Pokestops there. So we'd both, you know, filled up our bags, our item bags, and caught some Pokemon while Mark was playing in the playground. And so hang on, I'm just trying to turn that off or else it's going to ding at us. So we found some awesome Pokemon stops, and then we got home and he's like, okay, let's go and check out this park up the road because it's showing that there's a gym and some Pokestops there. So we got up there and they were still playing sport. I don't even know what sport. It was kind of up on the hill. So we just hung around and hit the Pokestops, and Mark flew. He's got this foam plane. And we were so distracted with what we were doing, it ended up getting dark. We're like, maybe we should go home now. So that's been a bit of fun. So I've been playing a fair bit of Pokemon, which has been quite fun. Another big milestone for the weekend on top of Mother's Day, which was really enjoyable, and it was nice. I got to chat to my whole family on a video call, which doesn't happen very often. It's not very often that we can all jump on at the same time. My sister wasn't on for long, but I'd spoken to her in the morning. And Saturday, Mark started Russian school. So I was really hoping we were going to be able to get him in during the week, but apparently they're no longer running a week time session because I kind of like having our weekends free. I know it's a little bit selfish, but I kind of like having our weekends free. But anyway, he's started Russian school. That's important. I think it's really, really important to learn a second language, especially when you're young. And if you've got the opportunity to, go for it. So he went really well. He fitted in really well. The class is only really small. There's only 5 of them in the class, which is nice that, you know, it's such a small group. And he seemed to do really well. So that is now going to be our Saturday mornings, getting up and taking him to, what's it called? Russian school. So hubby and I had gone up to the shop because once we dropped him off, hubby was given a shirt for Easter that he didn't particularly like the design of, and he tried it on and it didn't fit very well. So we took it back and tried to swap it over for another, but the biggest size that they had, it still wasn't big enough. It was really, he said it was really narrow in the shoulders, which is strange because he's got a bit of a gut, but he's not that broad in his shoulders. He goes, nah, my belly fit all right, but the shoulders were really tight. So unfortunately, we couldn't swap it over for another top. So we just got a gift voucher. And then the traffic was chaotic. So we've had a lot of apartments built in the area and it's starting to get absolutely ridiculous with traffic. So I said, look, we don't have that much time until he finishes at Russian school. We're still not used to the traffic getting there, how long it's going to take. I mean, the GPS says 8 minutes, but, you know, traffic. Well, luckily we decided to go straight there now because we got there with only about 15 minutes to spare. And if we hadn't gone home first, we would have been late. So that was all right. It gave us another chance to go for a wander around. It was near a school and a little park and a soccer field. So plenty of poker stops. So we went and did some Pokemon and got back in the car. Now, remember I said it was meant to be about an 8-minute travel? No, siree. It took us 40 minutes to get home. That's how crazy the traffic was. 40 minutes. So we were done and dusted Saturday by the time we got home from that. It was a late afternoon. I'm like, no, this is crazy. So that was interesting. We'll see how he goes for the rest of the term. I'm really glad now that hubby decided to go to one a bit closer because the one he wanted to go to was a 45-minute trip. And I don't feel like leaving at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning to drive 45 minutes to hang around an area for 4 hours while he does his Russian school every week. So at least this one, even if we leave half an hour early to pick him up just in case there's traffic, we're not that far away. So that was kind of our weekend. Had swimming, normal plans for the rest of the week. Unfortunately, New South Wales went into heavier restrictions, so we're back in masks again, and it's been extended. So his little friend's birthday party that was meant to be this coming weekend has had to be postponed. I think they're still having family because they don't have a huge family, so I think they're still having family over, but they're not having any of the friends because there's restrictions on how many people you can have in your house. So that's a bit of a shame because Mark had been really looking forward to that. But yeah, we're just plotting along, doing our normal thing. The weeks are going by crazy. They're just flying by, absolutely flying by. I'm not sure how we fit everything into a day at the moment. Mark's got so much homework to do tonight. He's got to do his news. He's got to do his readers. We haven't got through all his readers again. I'm struggling to get it done every night because things pop up. So normally Tuesday night I let it slide. By the time we get home, get changed, get back in the car, get up to swimming, go for a swim, get home. It's like time to cook dinner and I'm like, you are knackered. He's so tired on a Tuesday night. So we don't really do anything on a Tuesday night. And then Wednesday's normally a big night that we do homework, but hubby's parents are away at the moment. And that leaves his grandmother in a house, and she's about 45 minutes drive away from us. And she does have some mobility issues, but she's fine on her own. She can look after herself. But it's a long time. She can't leave the house without them there because of the area they live in. They're up the top of a hill. She can't walk. She can't get up the driveway on her own, and I wouldn't want her to try without someone there because it's a very steep driveway. So I'm like, no, we'll head down and have dinner with her at least one night So by the time hubby hubby didn't go to work. He was sick. He was sick yesterday. That's why I didn't get much of this done, because he was sick. So by the time, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about hubby. He has, his heart's going a bit funny. But the doctors don't seem to be concerned, but I am. So what I'm just going to do is I've packed up one of my colours in my little tray, and I'm just going to put one of the colour that I was just doing. The colours that are in the tray, I keep swapping them out. So once I'm like 99% sure I've got them all, I'll swap them out and put a new one in. So yeah, by the time I got home, I've just found one already. Wednesday is also a day I help up at the uniform shop at the school. So by the time I got home from that, hubby was already home, so we went straight down to see his grandmother, and that kind of took out any of our reading or any of that normally happens on a school night. You know, had dinner with her, and that was really nice. We had Vietnamese, so that was nice to catch up with her, make sure she was okay. We are only a phone call away, but you know, she's old and stubborn, and she won't call us. I know she won't call us unless it's like really, 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 really urgent. So it was nice to go down, just do things like, I think that drill was very good. It's not sitting right. Do things like take the rubbish out for her, clean the litter tray, you know, just do a little bit of, you know, that kind of thing that just makes it a bit easier for her, so she doesn't have to try and juggle the rubbish bags with the walkers and getting up steps and things like that. So it was a long night. I haven't been sleeping very well. Keep waking up at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning and tossing and turning for the rest of the night. So by about 7:30 I was done. I'm like, and because hubby's heart hasn't been feeling well, I was driving. I'm like, we got to get in the car and go now. I'm so tired. It's 45-minute drive home. I'm knackered. Let's go. But it was nice to head down and catch up with her. And that's been about our week. How is everyone here? I hope you're all having a good week and you had a lovely Mother's Day, however you spent it. It was very nice. I got a little pot plant, a little succulent, a pot that Mark painted, as well as half his school uniform. But yeah, so it's not much else has been happening. I really would like to at least get this section finished tonight. That's going to be my aim this afternoon. Dinner's already cooked because we cooked it on Tuesday night. We're having stuffed peppers, but by the time we got home we hit traffic on the way home from swimming again too, and it took ages to get home. So by the time we got home and I actually made it, it was really late. So I'm like, this is not going to be ready in time. So we had 2-minute noodles with eggs and fried meat. But we were fed, and it meant that our dinner is cooked for tonight. So we can focus on homework, and I can maybe do some diamond painting where Mark sits next to me and does some of his homework. But I hope you're all well. I have been a little bit quiet on the videos. I've got something in the works that I've been trying to work on, and I've been spending a fair bit of time on my sewing machine. That's what else I've been doing this week. I forgot about that. I've been sewing a heap of things, which I will let you know maybe next week how it's going. But it's been nice to be back behind the sewing machine. I don't think I've sat on the sewing machine sewing for a good, like sewing things, not just, you know, fixing a hem, probably for 12 months. It's been sitting there and I haven't done anything on it. So it's been really nice to get back up on the sewing machine and change the craft around a little bit. What crafts do you guys like to do? Do you diamond paint? Do you do something other than diamond painting? I'd love to hear in the comments what other crafts you do. Do you cook? Do you renovate? Do you get creative in some other way? I know that I'm always doing different things and trying different things. So that's why I started this channel, because I just wanted to share my experience of making different things with you guys. They're not all perfect, but I have fun doing it. And, you know, finding out the right and wrong way to do it on camera is always fun. But that might have to wrap it up for me today. Will have to be a short one because I do have to go and do school pickup soon. So I'll get this up on the channel as soon as I can. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the week, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.